What is going on, guys? It is Chris here, and welcome back to the channel, and welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be going over a few trades that we took today during FOMC. We banked very hard. We had back-to-back 500%ers, a little bit more than 500% actually. But I want to explain the trades that we took today. Very nice trades, as well as how futures work. Just a very basic, dumbed-down version of how futures work. Don't expect this to be some complicated explanation. I'm just going to explain to you guys how I interpret it and how I trade it, because I mean, I would say that I understand how to trade futures. Not a professional or anything, not financial advice, but let's just go right into it. So we took 5 trades today, and first one I'm not going to cover is just not even part of FOMC, but the second trade that we took was a long, and this is very key on why I took this. So we have a low day break, and I actually buy exactly on that low day break at 3840, so I long via futures, and we'll explain how this all works in about 3 minutes time. You guys will see how all this future stuff works. But to give you guys the trade, we entered here, we averaged down here at 3836. Reason for entry is basically because I've never actually seen an FOMC where we simply downtrend all the way into the 11 Pacific meeting time, and then we see a pump or dump. Then it's always a downtrending morning if we're downtrending in the morning, and then a pivot at around 9 or 9:30 where we start to reverse, and we see a little bit of a pump. So just a little bit of liquidity grabbing in case they announce, say, if they announce 50 BPS day or like 100 BPS, then we would have a little bit more liquidity to play with since they pumped this ahead of FOMC. So that's very key. It's just a logical trade. There's no actual technical analysis involved with it, right? Like my stop loss is basically infinite. I have no stop loss on this simply because I'm very confident going into it, right? So very nice trade at that, and we close it at 14 points here. So 3838 to 3852, nice 14-point gain. We close this here at 1049, and immediately we enter a FOMC long position. So we close a long, and we re-enter a new long at 3854, I believe. And from 3854, and again, I explain all of this in the class on how we're able to take this trade, but 354, we close runners up here at 3904. And so this goes just a little bit higher at 3907 over here, but above this 3100 level, I'm very sure that they're going to have liquidity grabbing, and that's exactly what they do, and also just de-risking ahead of JP talking. But that's a nice 50 points move that we were able to catch there. And again, if you guys want to learn how we get that sort of trade, we have an FOMC we have an FOMC video, I think it's 13 minutes long in here, on how I take these trades. It's very easy, why this works, and how it's a very consistent strategy, longing and then all of this stuff during when Powell is talking, right? So we close that trade, 50 points, very nice. And then I'm thinking, okay, we actually could start to have a dump now that Powell is speaking. We saw 75 BPS raise today. So I went over to the 15-minute chart, and I noticed that we're actually having a huge liquidity grab sort of structure. So what we see is downtrend off these peaks, and now we're downtrending slowly in the morning of the 2nd, which is today, of course. And then we pump on FOMC, and now I see this candle, and I say, okay, this could actually be a liquidity grab. So they're liquidity grabbing above 3900, and then they also have these areas of liquidity over here on this bounce, and then over here they obviously dumped it, very large dump yesterday at around 7. So I'm thinking that they could follow through with this structure, and that is the reason for our short right here at 1148. This candle was very bearish, rejection off of VWAP. I'm expecting us to, and again, I can have tight stop loss if needed just right up here, but I'm expecting us to downtrend and break these supports. So we take this trade. We end up having very nice profit right off the bat. So I think we enter 3860. From 3860, we get all the way down here at 3810. So already 50 points. Already 50 points of a short. And that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5-minute trade. So again, the volatility is insane today because it was FOMC, of course. Lots a lack of volume. And so you're seeing these large moves. Anyway, then we actually enter a long. So while we're holding the short position, I actually enter a long on MES. So I was short ES, I enter MES, which is just the micro version, and we take this trade right here at 11:59, and we close all but runners up here at 12:09. I don't want to take too much time away from the video, but very nice trade. Basically, I was just thinking we're being attracted to 5-minute 9 EMA and our 3-minute 9 EMA. So, Jesus chart. So we're basically just being attracted to this level. I'm expecting a pump off this low, and then we can continue lower. Exactly what happened. So that's absolutely perfect. And then for our short, we end up closing all just completely fully out at 3760. So that was kind of that last runner that I had from 3860, I said, okay, I'm just gonna set my limit at 3760 for 100 point gain. That's exactly what we saw. So a very nice trade at that. That's all we had for today. So even when we were in a short position, we still banked off of the temporary upside, which is great. But I want to give you guys an example and kind of dumbed down version of how futures work. Now, this is ES, which is futures on S&P 500. So what happens is I'm going to use paper trading for this example because I don't really want to lose real money in real time here. If I press Shift B on TradingView, and you guys can all do this, you guys can all go to paper trading and, you know, open a little paper trading account. It takes 10 seconds. And you can long pressing Shift B, so that buys. What happens when he buys, you're buying on margin, right? So you can use brokers like the popular ones are TradeAvate, TradeStation, and Ninja Trader. So those are all very, very good brokers. The most popular one is, I would say, all of those, but I use TradeAvate personally. Very great brokers. And basically you're just trading on margin. So when you're buying, pretend you're buying this stock, which is ES, and this is the price that you entered. So different from options, you have no Greeks. So this can go 100 points in the opposite direction. If you have a lot of margin, right? This can go 100 points in the opposite direction, which is a lot. That's a ton of points. And then come all the way back to break even in the same day, and you would be break even at the exact point that you entered, right? So this could go 100 points off of my entry of 3777, and then come all the way back, and I'm still break even. So that's one pro futures. You have basically no Greeks and no decay. Very, very nice. It's not like 0 DTE options, right? So when I'm longing here at 3777, what this means is every 1 point that it goes up or down, I am making or losing $50. So every 1 point is, 1.0. So that means 3 777s to 3778. So that would make me $50. Now, if it goes down 1 point, I lose $50. This is on ES specifically. Now, basically these are referred to as ticks. A tick is a quarter of a point, so 0.25. So if this goes from 3777.0 to then 0.25, you're getting a tick, and every tick is $12.50. So in this case, if this goes up 2 ticks, so 50 cents, I'm gonna be making $25. If it goes up 1 full dollar, 1 point, which is 4 ticks, or aka 4 quarters, which makes 1 point, then you make $50 or lose $50. So in this case, 3 777s, and this goes to 3787. Let's drag it all the way up here. So 3787. Jesus, that is really far away actually. 3787. Basically, you're gonna be making $500. My goodness, that is really far away. So you're making $500. I like to think about this in percentage wise sometimes. So you're putting up margin of $500, $50, and then when it goes to 10 points of profit, you basically, I guess, double the margin that you put up. That's my way of thinking about it. A lot of people don't really like how I think about it, but it kind of suits when I'm trading a little bit better. It's very easy to visualize. Anyway, that is ES. So you buy a position, you buy 1 contract, you make $50 per point. That is the most simple way of thinking about it. Now you go to MES. Every 1 point here is actually $5. So this is very, very, very nice for small accounts, and for people who don't have, say, thousands and thousands of dollars to long or short on ES. You long on here, and you're risking $5 per point, which is in a trader's mind not that much. And even for a small account, $5 losing on a trade, or even $50, it shouldn't be too much unless you're playing with a very, very tiny amount of money. So in this case, if I long here at 76.75, and then I have my take profit up here, I make $15, and I can have my stop loss all the way down here. And that's pretty deep stop loss, right? And I lose $25, which really is not a lot. If you think about it in terms of options, you're going to be losing a lot more on options on this kind of trade. So you're putting up $50. Very, very nice. Very suitable for small accounts. So I would recommend MES if you're looking to get into some futures. I mean, that's all I kind of got for you guys on how this works. When I'm buying or selling, I'm just pressing Shift B, Shift S. That's how I buy and sell. On TradingView, I've linked my broker to this. Again, of course, I'm just using the paper trading account to show you guys some examples, so it's not like I'm losing money. But hopefully all this makes sense. I try to keep it a little bit short today. But FOMC trades, all this is detailed in the class, how we're able to take all these trades. Amazing log for the day. So absolutely amazing day. And then hopefully all this trading stuff with the futures makes sense to you guys. You let me know if you have any more questions. I'll be happy to help you guys. I'll see you guys in the next video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Peace, guys.